So we'll be learning about the meaning, principles, process, and role of the teacher in communicative approach. Now, what is communicative approach? We all know the meaning of communication. Communication is nothing but a sharing of ideas, information between two persons with reference to certain topic or content or with certain ideas. So it is the theory that language is communication. We all understand what is language. Language is a means of communication. So communicative approach is the theory that the language is communication. So what is the main aim of CLT? Means communicative language teaching is communicative competence. That means to enhance the competence of the students over communication skills, we use this approach which is known as communicative approach. The basic purpose or objective is to develop communicative competence. So it is the ability. Now, what is communicative approach? It is the ability not only to apply the grammatical rules of a language in order to form grammatically correct sentences, but also to know what and where to use these sentences appropriately. Very important. In our day-to-day life also, people communicate with one another. So the language which they use may sometimes there may be error in the grammar in a sentence when you speak also. So there may be some error when you are going to speak with one another. So in case that error is there in communication, the main purpose is to we should know where and when to use these words in a sentence. That is, everybody, when you have to speak proper English, we should know how to form sentences using with proper words, and the sentence should also be grammatically correct, because basically we are going to enhance the communicative competence among the students. So in order to frame grammatically correct sentences, what we should know, where and when these sentences are in order so that the communication is appropriate. Now, the principles, the question may be asked on this principle. Some words I have highlighted is very important here. Like I have told you, the principle they ask you, maybe in short notes also they may ask you for 5 marks, or it may be coming in a long answer questions. So what is principles? This is also called as principles of communicative approach. So learners learn through using it to communicate. So first principle is the basic purpose is of communication. So the first principle is learning. Learners learn through using it to communicate. So whatever the learners are going to learn in a class, they are basically going to use for communication in their day-to-day life. Authentic, that is correct, or truthful information and meaningful communication should be the goal of classroom activities. So whatever the activities the teacher conducts in a classroom should be with the purpose of improving the communication skills. Secondly, authentic, real and meaningful communication should be the goal. If you are conducting any classroom activities, the purpose is to develop the communicative goal among the communication among the students. Next is fluency is an important, all of us know. When I say a student speaks English language or a student speaks fluently, what is the meaning of that speaking fluently? That means there is no pause, there is no problem in the way the student is going to communicate. So there should be fluency, means what? Easily, smooth flow of words is a dimension of communication. Next is learning is a process of creative constructivism and involves trial and error. Yes. Please mute yourself. When we say learning is a process of creative construction and involves trial and error. So a child, when he or she is going to speak communication or in English, we say that there should be it is a process where the child learns to construct further. So if the child is making mistakes at the first instance, the child is going to speak much better and the child is going to speak in the second time. So in the classroom also, the students may have problems initially, but giving activities and through trial and error, the student learns. This is one of the principles of communicative approach. Then the use of communication is practical life is emphasized, very important. When I say now, see, we'll just do communication in the classroom. That is, we are just giving the students an opportunity to learn communication. But when I'm going to implement it also in the classroom, maybe in their life also, if they are going to use it, that is the basis of principle of communicative approach. So the use of communication in practical life is emphasized. Next is, yeah, then speaking skills. We all know there are 4 different types of skills when English language is used, LSRW. There is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But what is the purpose of communication in any classroom or in the day-to-day life? Is basically to enhance the speaking skill. So speaking skill is kept in the forefront as compared to the other skills. So these are the principles of communicative approach. Now let's move to the teacher's role. The teacher's role is very important here is because she is going to be a facilitator. She is going to be a motivator. She is going to see how the activities are being implemented in the classroom. So what is her role? She did not teach communication there. She has to help the students to enhance their communicative competence. So for that, what she would do, she may be conducting a classroom activity for which the students have to perform maybe different roles, maybe through role play. One example, so in a role play, suppose I give 2 students staying in the same society, they are friends and they happen to go to the market to buy certain things and they meet their classmate, though you means together they have done certain course in the same college. So what kind of things come into their minds? I will ask the students to perform a role play. So when I'm asking the students to perform a role play in the classroom, what is the purpose of that? To help the students to speak properly. So what is my role? I am giving the situation, I am giving the roles to the students, they are going to enact. So when they are going to enact, they are going to use conversation during their activity. So how well they are able to communicate? Is there any problems in their communication? Is there any discrepancy in what they perform and what is to be executed? Everything the teacher is going to observe. That is the role of the teacher. So you have to explain here more. The teacher gives the activity, she supervises, she facilitates the conversation, she observes, and she watches who is good in what so that she can help in overcoming any problems faced by the students later. Okay. Then the next role of the teachers is to facilitate student community. See, these are the different roles of the teachers. So either through materials and activities, whatever she is giving activity, she has to supervise and monitor the same thing. She is to also to give emphasis on student interaction because basically it is for the communicative competence of the students. She has to ensure that the students interact in any activities which she is giving, and also to get their students to communicate using real language by providing them with instruction, practice, and also opportunities to produce English in activities which encourage acquisition and fluency. So what is the meaning of this? Here also you can give varied examples. So when she is going to conduct an activity, certain material which is required for that, if it has to be enacted, maybe say dramatization or role play, she has to give certain materials to the students so that the students perform the activities. So are they using the materials properly? So what is the opportunity she has to provide to them? So if in a class of say 10 to 20 students are there, she has to give maximum opportunities to the students to interact in the activities which she is going to conduct in the classroom with the purpose of enhancing the communicative competence. So her role is very important. She is not going to be a teacher there. She is not going to give lecture. She is not going to teach them. But what she is going to do, she is going to facilitate the students to learn, to master the competence in communication. Okay. Next, these are the different skills we all know. Now you should remember this diagram also very well. I will be forwarding all this in the thing in your group. Language skills through competence. So what are the different skills? So input is reading and listening. One is called as an active skill. Another one is called as a passive skill. So reading, okay, speaking, these are all called as active skills. Listening, and listening is also a passive skill. Reading and listening, and speaking and writing again is an active skill. So whatever the students is going to get during this activity, If they have to perform some reading activity, it can be put into two classes. One is input, gaining through reading and listening, and one is output, that is through speaking and writing. So these are the four communicative skills, but in the forefront, the speaking skills will be initiated, that will be given in priority. Okay. Next, let us see a lesson plan. You all have given your, I don't know, cooperative lessons you have given. Now, these are the different steps. Okay, usually in a communicative lessons or using cooperative learning technique, this is to enhance communicative competence. So, what are the different stages? T stands for teacher, S stands for student. So, first thing what teacher gives, she gives a short presentation of a grammar or vocabulary point and asks the students, provides opportunity to the students to practice the point in a controlled exercise. That means she is going to give a simulated one, a stage where she asks the student that I'll be conducting the same thing and you have to practice and be ready for the activity. This is called as pre-planning stage. Second is the students carry out the activity under the monitoring of the teacher. Third is students are asked to take part in an activity designed to get them to produce vocabulary. The main interest of the teacher in this communicative approach is to make the students to produce the vocabulary and the grammar they have been taught. So how far the students are good in this grammar, how far they are going to get the words, that is vocabulary. What does the teacher do? She monitors, she notes down some errors, as I told you, she writes down the points, and she intervenes only when it is absolutely necessary. So basically, communicative approach is for the students to develop their communicative competence. The stage 4 is feedback session. So initially there is a planning, there is a stage which is being set. The students are assigned what they are supposed to do. The students enact the role. Now, communicative competence is not only through role play and dramatization. There are different ways. Okay, so we can basically for role play, like, there is no dialogue. So when a situation is given, the student tries to interact with the pair, that is their own friends, and then they talk to each other, they communicate, they share based on certain topic which is being assigned. So teacher's role is very important. So if we are asking what is the role of a teacher also, you have to say the stages and what role does a teacher perform in these stages. Okay. Then last is, it is called as PPP approach in communication approach. That is presentation, practice and product. So presentation with reference to pre-planning stage, preparation of the stage and all is called as presentation. Practice, getting the students to do the activities in the classroom. Product approach, the result. The teacher tries to give a feedback session and she also gives an opportunity for the students to clear their points. If they are not clear with whatever has been done in the classroom, she gives them a chance. This can be done for grammar lessons also. Like if you want to teach grammar with reference to say nouns or adjectives or tenses or degrees of comparison or clauses also, when you are teaching the students using activity, communicative approach is basically believes in activity to enhance the communicative competence. So when you want to make the students to learn grammar as well as the vocabulary, use this approach. Now what kind, this is very important. These are some activities. See, you can think of many activities beyond that. Now a few ideas for activities is games, role play, simulations, information gaps. Like activities, these are usually students are asked to work in groups or in pairs or in 2-3 students a cluster where they have to do certain activities. So games, we have language games. See, language games with reference to say your crossword puzzle, how they are going to solve it. If I want, suppose I give certain word, say J dash dash P, so it is jump. So I ask the students to reframe the words. I ask the students to tell his or her pair certain sentences or ask certain questions using this word and get the responses from a friend. So one way. So a student, they interact with them asking questions and the answer is jump, J-U-M-P. So the question will be, how does the monkey jump from one place to another? So where does the monkey jump from? So such questions one student asks using that word and the other student is going to respond. So that is called as games, like one of the language games. Similarly, we have information gaps. This is nothing but like a substitution table. So imagine There are four squares which is having four horizontal, four vertical lines. In that, if I'm going to frame a word which is having four syllables. Okay, suppose I frame the word or five syllable. Let me take the five also. Smart, SMART. Okay, so instead of that, I remove the word R and only SMAT I put. So the student have to fill up that gap. Okay, similarly, crossword puzzle is also an information gap. I can give across and down words, and the students have to fill up those words. When they fill up, I will ask, it is not only filling it up and keeping. My objective is to help them to improve their communication. So what will I do? I give these activities to them. Simulation is also a stage, artificial stage, where the students are going to enact certain drama or actions. Suppose I tell one student, suppose I tell Rakesh to just enact, suppose if he is going to be a teacher in a classroom. So how he is going to use, say, different gestures, say different facial gestures or hands, and the other students who are observing him, they have to frame sentences seeing the gestures. That is called as simulations. Okay, he can use certain words, he can use certain objects. And suppose Rakesh is having one scale in his hands, and he is showing a chalkboard, and he has written certain word. He's just showing the words using his scale. Now Aishwarya is being asked to read that word, and she has to frame sentences by seeing whatever Rakesh is doing there. Okay, so Aishwarya will be framing a sentence saying that Rakesh has written one sentence on the board. Okay, then another question, the other student I will ask in your group itself, say if it is Nidhi, I'll ask Nidhi to frame a question to be asked to other students relating to this act. So suppose Nidhi is asking, what is the type of sentence written on the board? Then I ask, any person can answer, maybe Shivani, I can tell Shivani, come on, give me the answer for this. So Shivani will tell, he has written an affirmative sentence on the board. Now, if you just imagine, all these activities actually in classroom I used to conduct for all the classes for communicator. But now, since we are online, and you have to imagine yourself. So when these 3-4 students are doing and other 3-4 students are observed, so I tell them, now you frame the sentences and you speak that all the 4 sentences together. So suppose I give this task to one of your friend, Archana. So Archana will be framing the sentence. Rakesh is writing sentence on the board. Aishwarya, say Nidhi said that sentence is of affirmative in nature. Okay, then I can ask other student to frame 2 more sentences along with them. So what am I doing is each student is giving their own sentences, and then I'm asking them to transmit these ideas amongst themselves. They ask question and answer, the other person will answer. Maybe with reference to one person will ask the question, other person will give the answer, third person will write on the board. Okay, so I tell Nidhi, you ask one question to Archana and that answer will be written on the board. So Nidhi is asking, what is the color of the blackboard being used? So Archana will tell the color of the blackboard being used is white. So now I tell Rakesh, now you write the sentences also. So he will write, the color of the blackboard used is white. So here there is a communication between 2 persons. This is just in general. So this is nothing but a kind of a role play. Using crossword puzzle, I give the students to solve crossword puzzle in the classroom. After they have found out the answer, I tell them to frame sentences using these words. Student, you have to explain all this when you write the answers also. Examples you remember, very important. You may not get anywhere. So examples you remember for information gaps, what you would do, simulations, what you would do, role plays, any topic they have to enhance. Maybe during Corona also. So enact a role play of a family, of a situation, of pandemic situation. And so in activeness, they will also be communicating amongst themselves. That is a way of developing communicative competence. I hope it is very clear. In each thing, try to find out the examples, gains, what kind of language gains we can have. Purpose is to develop communication skills. That you remember. You just don't have to frame it in play. You have to say, how does it develop? What is the role? Role play, what topics you will give? Simulations, which are the artificial stage you will create. Information gap, maybe by using substitution table, or maybe using a blank word. Maybe say, suppose I say there is a dash apple on the table. So what words can come over there? I tell them, you frame the sentence and you say, speak. So the students can say there is a small apple, there is a big apple, there is a ripe apple, there is a red apple. Okay. So these are different words. Okay, just by saying one sentence, I've asked the student to fill up the information over there. So 8 students, I give the same sentence, also 8 different words come, and they can communicate among themselves. So otherwise, one more thing I can give as a role play, where a teacher, where a doctor and a patient is going to interact among themselves. So these are some activities which is being done in communicative approach with the purpose of enhancing communicative competence. Next. Now these are first one was that. Second is we can use certain materials also, which are called as text-based, task-based, realia means real objects. These things can be used in the classroom with the purpose of developing the communication skills. So text-based means maybe with reference to your newspaper, maybe your textbook, you ask the student to read and communicate with others, maybe in their own words. Okay, they can be used. These are the basis of classroom activity. Teacher can use any kind of activity. Suppose a question is being asked, how does a teacher develop communicative competence among the students? So your role is what? You will have to give all these things, either by pictures or by materials or by certain tasks. Tasks means activities, or through objects, and get the communication done by the students and you observe. Okay. Next is, which are the text-based materials? I have given you certain examples. These are practice exercise, reading passages. When I say reading passages, it may be from a book, it may be from a newspaper article, filling the gaps. Recordings also, I can ask the students to listen and then they can communicate among themselves. Okay, can be found in almost any course book as well as in books. Okay, in any library you will get, or in our own classroom also, the teacher can use text materials. How does she use text materials for communication? She can give the text to the student, let them read, then let them exchange their ideas either through question answers, either through suggestions, either through interaction among them. Suppose it is a topic, it is a passage maybe relating to Revati's music plans, or it may be relating to a conversation, okay, between a teacher and the students in the passage. So what does the teacher say? The students, the other student can say, this is what he said. Why was the teacher angry all the time? It need not be only questions. So it can also be explanation. It is basically to improve your communication. Okay. In communication, what are the essential things you know? There should be a content, there should be a media, there should be a medium also, and there should be a receiver. And of course, a feedback, which is very important. So this is the cycle of communication. So this has to be there in the classroom so that the students listen, they perform, they enact, they talk, they share their ideas to develop their communication skill. So this is a very important part in communicative approach. Second is task, giving them certain activities and tasks. Maybe I told you like role play, we have role play cards. Okay, in role play cards also, yeah, in role play cards, as I told you, it can be with reference to role play cards, pair work, tasks, giving the students activities so that they enact and they do it. So suppose a manager and a student client is being there, you enact an office where the students interact among themselves and there is an interview between them. That is nothing but a communication. The next is realia. Realia in the sense that certain objects are given and they have been given to the like fruits, like vegetables, newspapers. This really, I mean, real objects. Using real objects, maybe in a shop, in a market, when these fruits and vegetables in a classroom you are giving a situation of a market, asking the student to interact. Suppose two students meet after so many time in a market, they are buying the vegetables. You create a role in the classroom by actual objects. This is called as realia, so that they can use it in the classroom and ultimately they will start communicating with each other. So ultimately, when I say communicative language teaching should be fun. So when we conduct activities in the classroom, teacher also creates an environment, students also enjoy the same things. Okay, and it enables the students to communicate successfully. Okay, for getting reward in the sense they get incentive from the teacher. Teacher motivates them. Yes, you have done wonderfully well when you are communicating. You can enhance your fluency. Your vocabulary will also be enhanced. Speak well. You need to be more confident. Such kind of feedback also helps the students to learn better. Lastly, communicative approach should bring confidence. Yes, when I'm going to involve the students in the activities in the classroom, students should feel like doing the things in the classroom, and ultimately when they are going to enjoy it will develop their confidence. Many students develop their confidence in speaking when they have been given opportunities in the classroom to interact, to share, to speak in the classroom. So ultimately, the communicative approach should develop confidence among the students to enhance fluency. Fluency means what? Smooth flow of speaking. Got it? So, communicate in the classroom also, when the teacher is going to give certain activities, she should ensure that ultimately it will enhance the students' communicative competence. So that was the meaning of communicative approach, which is being the need of the hour. Ultimately, the students, when they are learning this communication in the classroom, it should be made use in their practical life also. That is the objective of communicative approach. So when any communicative approach, when the students are going to be in the classroom, that when they interact with the others, the purpose is they are going to speak well, they are going to definitely make mistakes, the teacher is going to help them in learning much better. The teacher is going to correct their mistakes, and she helps them to speak much better by feedback, by motivation, okay, by giving them positive reinforcement so that the students speak well. And when they are going to speak well, it is basically practical oriented approach. Remember students, these words are very important. When I say practical oriented approach, it is not theory, it is not theoretical approach. I have to develop my communication in the classroom and forget it. No, it is you learn, you do it through the activity. It is not in the class just artificially a teacher and student interact, it is communication, that's it. No, it is the purpose is to make them speak. So communicative approach is a new approach, it is a modern approach. So in communicative approach, different things, different activities and tasks, when it is given, the students feel part of the classroom, they interact, they also speak properly, they understand their errors and mistakes, they develop their confidence. Ultimately, they become good communicative speakers in the language. Okay, so with this, we have dealt with the communicative approach.